Hello and welcome. On this episode of Abby Normal Garage, we go to the Puzzled Car Show in Lynchburg. There was over 500 vehicles in attendance. We brought the trail horse to this one. This show had a little bit of everything. They had side-by-sides, ATVs, UTVs, motorcycles, cars, trucks, new, old. There was plenty to see. And it was all for a good cause. Autism awareness. This is going to be a pretty long video, so sit back, get you a cold one, and enjoy the show. As you can see, Agent Scully made it. She's happy not to be a skeleton in my closet. Now this thing is cool. For those of you who are not familiar, this is a slingshot that's been converted to 4 wheels. I'm quite impressed by this. Could this possibly be the elusive Agent Mulder? Now this thing was cool. It's on air ride, so when you're done driving, you lower it down, you don't even need a kickstand. I really wish we could have the opportunity to talk to the guy that built these things. I'm not really sure why he put the big block on the 2-wheel bike and the small block on the 3-wheel bike, but either way, they're probably a handful to drive. I had a great time talking to the couple that owns these things. These are dual sports. They ride them down 81 and they also ride them up mountains. Here we have the best ATV and UTV in the show, both owned by the same person. Watching that ATV drive in was kind of funny. It took a 6-point turn to get it parked there. We've all heard of Godzilla, but get ready for Monzilla. This truck looks pretty cool, but when you look under this thing, it's kind of scary. Looks like Ray Charles rolled it with his feet. All aboard! Ha 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 ha! This thing's pretty cool with that big turbo in the front. He really built it to run. Maybe not idle so much though. Here we have some of our local guys. Here's Scott with his F-150. And George is over here somewhere with his jacked up F-250 puzzle truck. This thing was cool. Now we actually got to talk to the guy that owns this orange Corvette here. I love the color. but he got the special carbon fiber package, and apparently it's ridiculously expensive. You know, I can't help but think of that episode of Roadkill where they took a Corvette and thrashed on it for a little bit walking down this road. I don't personally have any pit bulls, but I love this truck. He's got the dogs on the hood, flames. The interior of this thing is amazing. Like, whoever did this did a very good job on this truck. This is the second appearance of the Minion Mobile on this channel. We saw this one at Hope Driven's Wheels for Abby a couple months ago. It's just as cool as it ever was. He's got it fully decked out with stuffed minions, outside, inside. I believe it's powered by a small block Chevy. The paint on this thing's amazing. Here we have the COVID. This guy put this together while he was in quarantine. It has a 6.5 horsepower Predator motor on it. Looks like it'd be fun to drive. I don't know about you, but I think Mr. Minion's got some competition with this one. I love the paint on this. The anime characters in the doors, how it flows into the door jams, into the interior. This thing is just amazing. I guarantee you this guy doesn't drive this thing down the street. Here's two fine representations of the golden age of the American automobile. If I got a Challenger, it would be set up similar to that. Wow, look at the body lines and paint on this GMC wagon. It's amazing. But I really like this car next to it. I'm all for originality, but this orange with these black wheels and this black grille looks really great on this truck. We have a guy in our club that has a Model T. I think this one's more of a street machine now. This is a fine representation of the best looking year of the Mustang. Between the color and how clean this thing is, it's a beautiful car. You gotta love this vintage of Camaro. They were really cool looking cars. There's really something special about these 50s cars. They got beautiful body lines. My dad had a 62 Galaxy growing up. I believe this is a 63. But man, this car is beautiful. Interior, paint, and all. And it had a 4-speed in it, which is cool. This is the first track off I've ever seen. Pretty neat. This guy had a brilliant idea with his V8 detailing kit holder. But no matter how many times you wipe it, it's still a new Mustang. Oh look, a Toyota with a Toyota. This thing has body lines by Fisher for miles, and they're all straight. I might have to invest in some of these weird faceless dolls. Oh, it's a kitty Jeep. Here's a really nice first generation Bronco. Oh look, a Mazda mini truck. My dad's friend used to have 2 of them. I can't ever say that I've seen a 1965 Suntop Tiger Mark I. It's a pretty cute little car. You don't really see many of these. This is a 1971 Dodge Charger 500. I love the grille on this thing. It's a good looking car. I wonder if this claim includes production prototypes. Here's another beautiful Mustang. This one has all its paperwork with it, which is pretty cool. Where'd you say you saw that car at? On Cornhub. Well, at least she's got a sense of humor. Now you know these first generation Corvettes are cool. I love this vintage of automotive design. How we got from there to here, I don't know. Wow, these things are cool. I like this blue one even though it's got a modern engine in it. Had a Sonny's racing engine in it. Pretty neat. I think I found the smartest guy here. This guy's playing with his RC crawler on the hood of his beat up car. I might have to take his advice. I have one of these. You know, there's always that one guy at the car show that hoards the trophies. Same for the rest of us, man. This Jeep has the Teenage Ninja Turtles wrap on it. It's pretty cool. For $14,500, that little red beauty could be yours. Here's an example of a weird modern truck fetish, oversized grills. This truck was something else. It had way too much chrome on it for my taste, but it was interesting that it had a little model of itself under the hood. It was pretty neat. This car here is a regular sight at our local cruise-ins. We met the guy that owns this car at the Wings and Wheels show, and if he hadn't talked to us all day long, we probably wouldn't have got into cars as much again. So while hanging out, we overheard the lady in this blue Volkswagen talking about shenanigans. Or at least I think that's the word she used. I took one look at the back seat and I had to ask. Woo-wee! This car is bitchin'. So this is what happens when you have more money than you know what to do with. This thing has every accessory you could imagine. For some reason, we walked away from this Jeep rather puzzled. This Jeep was really cool. They had skeletons of every shape, size, and species. It's beautiful. And they had an awesome trick-or-treat display around it as well. They call her Topanga. I'm not really a fan of Pro Street cars, but this one's done really well. Or maybe it's just a 50s car and cool. These next few cars, they're cool and they'll blow your mind. We know a guy who would have some bad news if he tried to go up against this thing. It's got way more chrome than he could ever put on his. Apparently this truck raced against JJ the Boss, if you're into that reality TV stuff. I couldn't think of a better place to park this high quality square body truck. I'd say the four-door Jeep is the modern interpretation of the 70s panel van. Now, we've all heard of the infamous Captain Jack with a little push that'll get you higher. But this is the Captain Morgan, and this thing is amazing. I'd be afraid to drive this thing, but it's a very impressive paint job. Well, this about wraps up our time here at Puzzled in Lynchburg, Virginia. We had a great time. We saw plenty of things that we'll probably never see again for a while. If you like what you see, like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next episode of Abby Normal Garage.